Is USCIS still waiving interviews in marriage cases? Also, if you get an interview, what are some of the things that you should expect to happen at that interview? We're going to discuss 7 things that you could expect to happen at your marriage green card interview. I'm Latoya McBean Pompey, an immigration lawyer in New York, working with clients everywhere globally on complex immigration cases. Reach out to us at McBean Law at 888-462-4006 or at McBeanLaw.com, where you could request an appointment with us, a paid consultation with one of our attorneys. Before you go today, as usual, subscribe to this channel, guys. Do me the favor, subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you'll be the first to get notice of my videos each week. And lastly, friends, if you have not yet subscribed to the #1 immigration newsletter, subscribe now at McBeanLaw.com/subscribe. Is USCIS still waiving these interviews? Well, 2023 was such a great year for marriage cases because a lot of interviews were waived. And in fact, they're still waiving some interviews. But guys, the trend right now is to call people back in. Yes, couples are being called back in for interviews. Marriage cases are complex. The government sees a lot of fraud with marriage cases, and so they are calling people back in. Yet at the same time, though, some people, they're still getting their green card without interviews. If you're one of those who get an interview notice, what should you do? Well, first of all, do not panic. It's okay. If you have strong concerns about the interview, speak with an immigration lawyer and bring a lawyer with you to the interview. Once you get to that interview, what is it that you and your spouse should expect to happen? Well, the first thing that's going to happen is the interview will be recorded and it will be under oath. You will be required to attest that what you're about to say is truthful and correct. The second thing that you should expect to happen is that the officer that's going to be interviewing you will ask, firstly, where are the original documents that we've asked you to bring with you today to this interview? So that he or she is going to go through those documents and also will have your file in front of them. The original case that you had submitted to the government will also be on the officer's desk as well. The third thing that's going to happen at that interview is you're going to be asked to make any corrections. Now is your time, right? Speak now or forever hold your peace. So they're going to ask you to take a look back on your forms, offer any corrections, incorrect address or incorrect dates or something like that, or you forgot to check a box that's really critical to your case. Now is the time to make those corrections. Then you should expect that questions will begin. At that point, they're going to drill down on the bona fide nature of your marriage. They're going to ask you a number of questions about your living arrangements. How did you guys meet? How did the relationship progress? What your life is like together today? What is your daily routine? And some other questions around your marriage. Number 4, for some people, they will be separated at that first interview. Some field offices immediately separate couples in the very beginning. So, for instance, they will call the petitioner in first, question the petitioner, and then they will call the beneficiary in and question that person separately, and then bring you both back in together. And you might be saying, wait a minute, I've heard about that. Isn't that something that happens when they think that your case is a fraud case? I've heard the word Stokes. Is that like a Stokes interview, that second interview? Are you telling me that they actually do something like that in the beginning as well for the first interview? For some people, they do that, but I do not want you to be worried about that. If you have a very good case, even if they separate the two of you at your interview, you should be fine nonetheless. But I just want to bring this to your attention because I don't want you to panic in the event you go to your field office interview and this is in fact what they do to you guys. Just put that in the back of your head that this applies, this happens in some cases, not very many. The next thing that you could expect to happen at your interview, at the end of the interview, the officer will either tell you that he or she is recommending your case for approval, or he or she may not even say anything, or they may very well say you'll hear from us within X number of days or months or something like that. The officer may give you a clue into what he or she is thinking about your case and what's wrong with it and what's going to happen next. For instance, he or she may say something like, you're going to get a letter, expect to get a letter from me over the next several days or a few months letting you know that we're conducting further background checks, and these are the issues that we've conducted further background checks, and these are the issues or concerns that we have with your case. The officer may go as far as tell you something like that. And then finally, friends, maybe you'll receive a letter from the officer called a request for evidence. Now, generally speaking, they mail this out to you after your interview, but there are times when they actually just give it to you saying, okay, we need more evidence. We'll need you to bring back your birth certificate or your marriage certificate or some key document that you forgot that you didn't bring with you that day. Sometimes they'll give you a request for evidence right then and there on the spot at the interview. Other times they'll tell you to expect it in the mail and then bring that document straight to them so that they can make a decision on your case. Unfortunately, guys, USCIS is calling some couples back in for an interview while others are getting their waiver of the interview. I hope you found this helpful. Be sure to comment below, guys. Reach out to us if you need help with your marriage case. Thanks for being with me in this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.